everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing a review and comparison between the Colourpop Sponge, which is $7, and the Beautyblender sponge, which I've been using for years, but is $20. So I'll do a demo of my face with both of them, one on each side, so you can see how it applies and give you my final thoughts. Starting off, I'm gonna just first prime my face. I usually use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Fine Mist before I start doing my foundation. So, I feel like if you start with primer before you do a little bit of setting spray, sometimes if you have dry patches like I do, it can stick to your dry patches. So I like to go in with a mist first. And now I'm going to be using my No Pore Blem Primer from Touch in Sol. I think this is a really nice primer, and I've tried it with a lot of different foundations with good results. It really does smooth out your skin and give you kind of like a nice canvas before you apply the actual foundation. And as you can see, my skin is a little bit red. I don't have any noticeable pimples right now, thank goodness, but I do get a little bit red, especially in my cheek area. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Dior Forever Skin Glow, which I really like. I'm actually going to a wedding today, so I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of heavier makeup, and this is really good. It lasts throughout the night. So before I begin, I want to show you the difference between the two sponges. I would say the size is pretty similar, just the actual shape is different. So for the Beautyblender, I go in with the bottom half and I kind of dab it onto my face. And with the Colourpop Sponge, I've been going in with kind of like the larger flat surface like this when I apply my foundation. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna be trying the Beautyblender first. I've used this for years, and I've tried a few other sponges, but I've always thought that this was the best. So I'm gonna do this on the left side of my face right now. And I usually just dab as I'm applying, and I usually try to go in with a light layer first and just see how much it will cover, and then if I have like any additional redness, if you can see right here, I actually think I just got bit by a little bug, like it's not a pimple, so I'm just gonna add a little layer, but I also know this will probably go down in a little bit, so I don't want to cover it too much. So if you can see, it's pretty smooth. I definitely like using a sponge to apply foundation. I've never really used a brush, so this is my preferred method. So yeah, you can see the Beautyblender does a pretty good job. And now let's try the Colourpop Sponge. So same thing, just going in with the second half of my face and using the Colourpop Sponge. So I use like this flat side and kind of similarly, dab the product into my skin. I will say it's a little bit interesting just because I feel like it's a larger surface area, so I almost feel like it's faster, and it's really the same kind of motion for both sponges. And yeah, I'm looking at myself right now in my mirror, and I feel like I can't even tell the difference. So that is pretty impressive. So yeah, that wraps up my demo of the two sponges. My final thoughts are, I think the Colourpop Sponge is great, especially for the price point. I would definitely give it a try, and it's really comparable to the Beautyblender. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or any other sponges that you really like in comparison to the Beautyblender that I should try out, and I will see you next time.